and welcome to AIBC Startup Pitch, where we'll see thousands of investors and innovators in blockchain, AI, big data, quantum tech, and the Internet of Things gather in one roof, and that will take place in Dubai on the 25th and 26th of May. Now, joining me here today is not only the founder and CEO of XR Web, but he's also the founder and CEO of Tokenizer. Today, we will be focusing on his second company, Manindra Majumdar. Thank you for joining me again in the line.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks for having me. Really look forward to it.
I'm very psyched to have you bring your two companies, Tokenizer and XR Web, in over the AIBC Summit this coming May. How exciting is that for you and for your company?
Yeah, well, it's a huge opportunity for us. So yeah, we really look forward to joining and participating in it, and and tell our investors, our users, and the community more about the company.
Great to hear. I mean, you juggling multiple businesses all at once is really impressive. All right, let's not put this off any longer. You already know the drill, so let's hop right into it. Tell us more of what Tokenizer is all about.
So Tokenizer is a blockchain network for investment banking. So what that means is we do asset tokenization, which is tokenizing and putting various assets on the blockchain, enabling primary sale, which is selling of those tokens to their initial investors, and then enabling secondary trading. Now, we do all of this with compliance. So if you're selling funds or real estate, so we are mainly looking at asset-backed tokens, and so all of these are traded and tokenized with taking full legal compliance into picture. And most of the compliance rules are baked into the tokens itself. So it's sort of overall using the power of blockchain, we are simplifying the world of trading in the regulated markets by using our technology and asset-backed tokens.
And what difference can this make to the blockchain industry?
I mean, if you recently have heard about the Robinhood issues, right? A big part of that was because of the traditional and previous generation of plumbing of the financial markets. So all the trade gets settled in T+2 instead of real time in today's day and age. And I can understand why that is, because it's beyond just database entry. There's regulation to be met, which is important. So using our technology, we plan to change that. Everything can be settled real time with compliance, and that will obviously lead to much simpler execution of the trades, greater transparency, greater compliance, and potentially increase more market participation into the markets itself. Secondly, what we do is a lot of our assets are not really monetized or tokenized, which can be a house or any other asset that you may own. It could be a piece of art or other things. So if they are not monetized, then they are not fully leveraged, right? So because the moment you're monetized and there's a market for it, you can sell it whenever you want to, or sell a portion of it. You can do various sort of leverage. You can take a loan against it. You can trade it. So all of that is, I think, what our technology brings into the industry and to individuals who own these assets, and sort of works towards democratization of finance.
Very good. And what makes you exceptionally different from everyone else in the market?
So we are focusing on to be inside regulation, so more on asset-backed tokens, while a lot of other projects are trying to do work around regulation. We think more and more regulation is going to come in. We already expect that, and so we are already building with that in the mind. So think of us like, let's say, a Coinbase or Binance for the regulated world, where we can use the blockchain technology, enable all the various assets, whether it's real estate, venture capital funds, private equity funds, equities, bonds, to be traded and tokenized, and to be done with regulation at a global scale. So we are basically building the infrastructure for the regulated world.
That is fantastic. And where would you like to be in 2 years' time?
So in 2 years' time, we are building both the front-facing, let's say, application or aggregator, where we tokenize and build our exchange and the primary trading platform. And at the same time, we're building our chain as well, the Tokenizer smart chain, powered by TOKEN tokens, which basically we believe will replace the the traditional plumbing of the financial industry. And that is something that can be used not only by us, by other exchanges and other ecosystems and platforms to sort of bring the traditional banking and financial services industry to the new age of blockchain. So in 2 years' time, I hope we will be able to build it to that extent that our chain is not only helping Tokenizer as a company, but also helping the whole industry by by helping various sort of companies move from traditional to the new blockchain era using our chain.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And here's another icebreaker question for you. What would the title of your autobiography be?
Thanks. Okay, so I think a title could be "The Path Less Traveled." So I think because all of us have are fortunate enough to be able to like do and choose what we want to do and where we want to spend our time in. So I think it's important for us to choose the right path, and the one should be which is a obviously which is legal and good, but also should be less one that you think others will not likely do because either it's difficult or not popular, but basically less traveled. I think then you can add the highest value because if you always do the most popular thing, it may make you rich, but may not be add more to the society. But I think a path less traveled is potentially good for the individual because if it succeeds, that works for the person as well as I think good for the society. So I'd say I've tried my best to do that, and I think autography could be if I keep on if I continue to do some important things would be the path less traveled.
Manindra, I love your answer. Taking the path less traveled. Such a philosopher. I love it. I love it. Well, Manindra, once again, you've done a great job at pitching your company. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I look forward to seeing you at the AIBC pitch this May.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, thanks very much, guys.